MSP Samad Zankharia reporting from New York, Imagine Cup 2011. This is Sean Frank and his mentor Sneha Anthony. They are participants of software design category. Now, Sean, just say, tell me something about your project.
There's actually a lot to say. So, it's basically just a thing that just to help mothers in third world countries using a mobile app.
Yeah.
And as an application at the UN side of it. So that's just a summary. So it basically connects medical experts from all over the world to medical staff in third world countries using a mobile app.
Okay. So Sneha, what was your role as a mentor?
Sean and I have been friends for a while, and Sean came up to me with the idea for his project, and I heard about it. And being a girl and being from a third world country, I was very impressed by it, and I was very. I told him to go for it, and then basically along the way just supported him, and I was someone he could bounce ideas off of. Pretty much, yeah. But it was Sean's work, really. Sean's pretty amazing, and pretty much a one-man team, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what's your inspiration for the project? Why did you select this project?
There were, as you know, there are 8 Millennium Goals.
Mm-hmm.
So out of the 8, improving maternal care is really low on the list of progress.
Yeah.
So there's only, and they had a goal like by 2015, 3/4 of maternal mortality would have to be reduced, and this was supposed to be achieved by 2015, but only 17% of countries are on track, and we're already in 2011, so we actually have to really do something to accelerate progress towards this.
So do you plan to commercialize your product?
Yeah, I did actually. After my presentation, I got some good ideas on what we have to do, because in terms of commercializing it, there's good scope for it because the UN does not have such data, the government does not have data. So if you look at the project, one part of it collects a lot of data. So that's the first step, data mining, and from there we could use some of the other features of the project to carry forward.
Okay, so why did you choose to host your project on cloud?
That's a good question, because as first of all, the future is the cloud. Everyone's going towards the cloud. It's in terms of computing, because you're going to be there are going to be tons of users, and you need space, you need resources, which it will be better if it's put on the cloud and it's not hosted locally, because you don't want to give that sort of responsibility to a device that's over there at that time. It might crash, so you want to have something more powerful. And they also, obviously, because Microsoft is taking the cloud forward, there's gonna be more better features available. There's gonna be more maintenance and more people working on it. And this, obviously, if you put on the cloud now, it's very easy if they come up with something amazing to extend your project in the future.
So how was your presentation today?
Can I be honest in this?
Yes, of course.
It was good, and I would say I was a bit disappointed. It could have gone better, but I guess you could say that it was a bit tough being a one-man team, because you had to keep changing. That was the most confusing part, changing the screens, and maybe I would have to do with a few more practices. But as I say, even though if you do 100 practices, it'll never be enough. So I guess just more practice. But it was fun. It was a fun thing, and then you got to learn a few things from the judges as well, and it was a good experience. A bit later on in the day than I would have liked, because the judges did look a bit sleepy.
Oh,
actually. So, because it was like 5 p.m. sorry.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, it was a good experience.
So what was your feedback from the judges?
There were a lot of things. They gave me the idea about, one of the things was there was discussion about whether the patients remain, if the identity was given out or if it was remained anonymous. So there's a bit of a discussion about that. So I guess we came to a decision that it has to be remained private.
Mm-hmm.
Some other things were about the cloud. There was discussion about that as well, about how we could enhance performance when we use the cloud. Mm-hmm. So I think we were in agreement over that as well. And yeah, just basic. So they just gave me a bit more understanding into how to improve my project in terms of performance and in terms of, and in my presentation, and some of the areas that I could improve in. Maybe because I missed out a few points because I went a bit quickly through my presentation. So we just got a chance to clear that out as well.
So Sneha, according to you, how was his presentation?
I thought it was really good. Like he said, he's a one-man team, and so I think they appreciated that especially because he was like, he had this amazing project, and he took 8 months to do it all by himself, and it's up to the standards of people. Everyone else was here who was pretty much like averaging 4 people a group. So I think it was really good.
Assume that you have won the software design category competition in Imagine Cup. What will be your next step?
You would see me over here for a bit more longer. I would probably pay for the rooms for like a week, enjoy the city. No, but like on a serious note, yeah. So they give you quite a lot of money to start up. So maybe that could be one of the things, or actually getting a project out there. Because the thing is that what I focus on is to make it a really feasible solution, not something that you think, okay, it can happen in 20, 30 years, something that can happen now. So maybe get a bit more people on board and maybe try to make this dream of mine probably a possibility.
Okay, so sweet of you. Okay, when did you arrive in New York? Enough of Imagine Cup stuff now.
When did I arrive in New York?
Yeah.
I arrived last
Friday.
night.
Yeah.
What about you?
Lost track of the days.
Yesterday morning.
So did you like the city?
Of course.
Yeah, I haven't seen much, just Times Square, but it's amazing.
Yeah. There is still a cultural day to come to hang around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you actually deployed your project?
It's not deployed as in like if you mean as in having it set up at the UN and having a phone out there. No. In my presentation I said that would be the first step. We have to test it in isolation first.
Yeah.
We have to give one phone out and test all the features are working.
Yeah.
And once that's done, we can actually distribute it around. So first we have to go through a testing phase.
If you plan to upgrade your project, what extra features will you add in it?
The first thing I would say I need to do when I operate my project is to buy the name mommycare.com. That's the first thing I need to do because it's not yet registered. So I think I'll have to do that as soon as possible. And in terms of features, I think because one of the things that they discussed in my presentation was that sometimes there might be a demand for phones and there might not be enough supply, so I guess we have to look at that as well. So that's not really a feature, but I think that's something that we'll have to tie up if this wants to be successful. Because in terms of features, I think the solution is quite comprehensive. It covers a lot of areas, but of course there will be more things, but we'll find out more problems as we go along the way.
Yeah.
And since it's software, the best thing about software is that you can alter it at any given time. So I guess anytime a project comes up, we can make a change if it requires.
Okay, so besides judges, have you had any feedback from other people in New York?
In New York, I guess I haven't had any other feedback, but I guess the day that'll be there is when we have the showcase. So a lot of other people will view the project. So now it's just the judges and it's my friends and my professors and stuff. But from the showcase day, I guess there'll be people like CEOs and other people coming along to view the project. So
Yeah. So are you both excited for tonight's decision? Who will move forward?
yeah, excited and nervous.
I'm not nervous.
But of course.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, well, I'm not nervous for him. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be good.
Okay. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
You
Same
too,
here.
Sam.
Thank you.
This is Samad Sankaria signing off from New York, Imagine Cup 2011.